Hey, my name is Jez, and this is a Rabbit for Alice tarot. I'm going to be attempting my first pick a card reading, and to be a little bit on theme, we're going to be using the Wonderland tarot for a little Alice in Wonderland themed reading for you. So you can pick between these three cards that I've chosen. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll split it into channels or not channels, chapters, I mean. And if you're watching on TikTok, I'll probably post us three separate videos here. I'll mark it as part one, two, and three. So the first card that you have to choose from is the Empress. Okay. The second card is the Page of Oysters, which is similar to the Page of Discs or Pentacles, if you're familiar with tarot. That calls you. It's a Earth suit. And then the last one that came up was the High Priestess. So take a look at these three cards and decide which one you think resonates with you the most. Or if you're feeling called to more than one, feel free to watch more than one message. Or if one message isn't resonating with you, feel free to switch to another. So yeah, just take it as it resonates, as always. General collective reading for you. So I will get started with that. Okay, so this is going to be for my pile one, who chose the Empress. I'm just finishing up shuffling, and then I'm going to cut the deck. So a little bit differently than I've been doing the other readings, but we're going to get a more comprehensive past, present, future, and guidance for you. So we're going to cut it right there. I'm first going to take what's underneath the deck. So I've got the Knight of Oysters, Three of Oysters, and the Four of Oysters. Okay, so you got oysters are like the discs or pentacles in this deck. And right off the bat, too, with the Empress, this could already be relating to some abundance in your material world. And I would say that having all discs coming up would definitely support that. So let's see, the Knight, three, and the four. Yeah, I think you're very on top of your material world right now. So this is what's coming up underneath the deck. So you have this very solid foundation that you're working from, and you're, I think, slowly and steadily kind of moving towards your goals and just setting up this like solid foundation for yourself here in your material world. And you're being very practical and kind of, I think, taking things step by step. So let's see, from your past, we got the Five of Flamingos, the Four of Flamingos, and the Ace of Flamingos. Okay, so very interestingly, so your underneath came up as all oysters, which is pentacles, but your past came up all as flamingos, which is swords, which has to do, it's like the suit of air, so it has to do with our thoughts and communication. So let's see, coming from a place could be something that you've had to walk away from here, or somebody that walked away from you. Got the Four of Swords. Yeah, I would say you've kind of, in the past at least, been in a place of maybe isolation, taking some time to yourself. Yeah, with the Ace here, a lot of times this is a very independent energy, and sometimes a place where you see something really clearly, and maybe you have to cut something out, or there's at least some mental clarity. But yeah, definitely a big energy of like walking away, being independent, being on your own, and dealing with your own healing and with your own self. So that's the energy in your past. That's what the energy that you're coming from. So for your present, you got the Queen of Oysters, the Star right in the middle of your spread here, and the Chariot. Wow, very powerful energy where you are right now. So Queen of Oysters, I would say, goes great with this Empress energy that we started out with. This is, a woman in this deck, but, don't necessarily take the gender. Anybody can be a queen, right? Someone who's very in charge and in demand of their material world. So you have, I think, a lot of abundance coming in for you, and you're, again, like in a very practical place. And then two major arcana cards coming out for you here with the Star and the Chariot. So very powerful energy, very, main character star energy coming up right in the middle. So um, it's what everything else is revolving around. I think there's a lot revolving around you right now. Maybe you're getting a lot of attention or praise or appreciation, but with the Chariot, I think you're very independent, especially with that coming from a place of the Ace of Swords, Ace of Flamingos here. I think whatever it is that you walked away from, or whatever clarity that you gained, it's brought you to a place where you're feeling very independent and very in demand, and you're really getting your ish together. You're really getting your material world together and like making changes that are materializing and manifesting for you in the real world. Even if it's starting small, you've built this really strong foundation. So for your future, we got the Eight of Oysters, the Knight of Peppermills, and the Ace of Peppermills. So starting off, I think whatever work that you've begun here, you're going to continue it because the eight has to do with these infinite processes. So it's taking the energy of the four with this strong foundation here, and it's continuing it on. You're continuing this work, whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to keep it going. But on top of that, this big fire energy, peppermills relate to the wands. So I think there could be travel coming up for you in your future. And if not travel, just a general sense of, I think, fun and adventure. Could be a fire sign coming in for you, somebody that you're involved with potentially. It doesn't have to be, this could be just your own energy of being in a fun loving, free spirited type of energy. But yeah, could be travel if that's relevant to you. And with the Ace of Peppermills here, I think you've gone from this Ace of Swords, so to speak, which is like the mental part of it, the idea, and then the Ace of Wands here, which is like the action. So you're putting things, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, now you're in the near future here. I think you're already doing it, but I think there's going to be some sort of new beginning here for you, or a new like passion here. Ones have to do with fire, passion, a lot of energy coming in for you here. So yeah, very powerful energy, and you're really in your power, and you're really manifesting, and you're just going to continue to do that, and it's going to light a fire for you, I think. So your guidance is the Ace of Oysters. So a new material beginning here. So starting something new, you're very supported in whatever it is that you're doing and whatever it is that you're trying to begin here. So bringing bringing these ideas into the material world. You are being guided to do that right now. The Emperor. So yeah, again, taking big action, and being in control. So where we started out with the Empress and the Emperor, so having this very balanced, like not only the feminine, but also the masculine, really um, bringing this energy in for you here. So yeah, and then we'll get one more. Temperance. So yeah, there we go, that balance. So perfect balance of the masculine and feminine. See how they have one foot on the solid ground and they're dipping one toe into the water. So to me, it's like you have the heart and the emotional side and the passion and the internal. Um, you have whatever ideas you have, they're born of like something real and true and meaningful and sentimental for you. And then, but you still have one foot on the ground. You're still being practical and, and this is your guidance. So this is what you're being advised to do is like still dip into your spiritual world, but still stay rooted in reality and actually making things happen for yourself. That's very important here for you right now is to really bring things into the material world and really take control of your world while still staying connected with the why of what you're doing and the passion that is underneath it. So that's what I have for you. Super powerful energy. And I'm going to move on to pile number two. Okay, so this is for those who chose pile number two, which was the Page of Oysters or the Page of Pentacles, depending if you want to relate it to the traditional tarot. So, and then I'm finishing up a little shuffling for you here, but I had the Ace of Oysters fall out of the deck. So I think there is a heavy emphasis on your material world and maybe some kind of material opportunity coming in for you. So it's like the universe is kind of holding out its hand with this um, oyster here. The world is your oyster, so to speak. And then the page is kind of like picking up this oyster and figuring out what to do with it. So I think you're being offered something here, or there's some kind of new opportunity for you here. But I'm gonna cut the deck here and then see what comes up for you. Just getting a few last little shuffles in here. So yeah, I think this is going to be heavily related to something in your material world. So something that you're going to actually see manifest and materialize. If it hasn't already, you might already know what this opportunity is or what this like new start is for you. So let's see, underneath the deck, got the star. Oops. The Eight of Hats, which is like the Eight of Cups here. And the Six of Hats, which is like the Six of Cups. So so the underneath of the deck is kind of like the underlying situation here. So you're in your star energy. Um, there may have been some sort of emotionally draining situation here that you had to walk away from here with this Eight of Cups, some kind of emotionally exhausting sort of situation. And then I see it interesting here. She's with the Six of Cups here, she's being offered this little offering from it's a rat. So I mean I love rats, but if there was something like emotionally exhausting here, that could be a message in itself where it's like you're getting an offer from someone who is maybe not um what they're making themselves out to be, or maybe not on your level in some way, so to speak, or someone that did you wrong in some way that's possibly coming back around with an apology or some kind of offer here for you. So, but yeah, this could be someone from your past if this was something that you walked away from, but um, you're the star here. You're the one who's in your power here with this situation. So we're gonna get a few cards on your past and see what energy you're coming from. So the Chariot, yeah, again, heavy on the independent energy. So you've been powerful on your own. Knight or Peppermills. Yeah, you could have been dealing with like a player energy here. This could also be you kind of like riding off on your own and being like, you know what, like just being independent and having fun, doing your own thing. Um, with that combined with the Chariot card. And yeah, some kind of, you got the Knight of Hats or the Knight of Cups here. Some kind of wish coming uh true for you in the past. So that could have to do with whatever this opportunity was. Like you chose to be independent and do your own thing. You could have been walking away from something that's not serving you. Could be a relationship, not necessarily, but could be a deceitful energy for some of you. But I think that brought you to some kind of happiness within yourself here in this independence. And in some way, that was you getting what you wanted, I think, or you found what you wanted within that independence. Okay, so we're gonna see where you're at now. So you got the two of discs, two of oysters here. So it's like two things that you're kind of juggling. This could be the progression of this ace. So whatever this opportunity is, maybe it's progressing for you. Let's see, you got the King of Hats, King of Cups here, and the Emperor. So if you're dealing with another person, could be a water sign, could be the Emperor is Aries. And there's a possibility you could be juggling two different options here. So if that's the case, for some of you specifically, one person could be an Aries and another could be a water sign, but that's obviously only if that applies to you. Um, let's see. So yeah, I think again, some kind of emotional offer coming through from someone. Um, but I think also you are just really in control of your own emotions here and really in maybe in kind of your more like masculine energy and maybe a little less it's like you have things offers coming into you. You might be feeling a little bit reserved, and I think you're the one who's in control here of whatever this situation is. But there may be something that you're weighing out, something that you're trying to decide on. So let's see what's coming in for you. So these cards will be for your future. We got the Ten of Wands here, Ten of Peppermills. So I think whatever is going on for you, you might hit a point of exhaustion with it. If this is like a relationship situation, things might hit a natural um, end here with that. Or whatever it is that you're doing, um, it may be that it's going so well that you kind of wind up with too much to do here. So you got the Ten of Peppermills and the Ace of Peppermills. So the 10 is the end of a cycle. So whatever it is that comes to a close here, there's a new beginning right around the corner, essentially. So maybe in the future, this is the point where something that's reached its end, now you get to start. It's like the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle I see in your future. And then the Two of Flamingos here, Two of Swords. So, reaching a place maybe where you need to kind of say, like, um, there may be a cutting off communication here for you, is a possibility. Some kind of new beginning here, though. Some kind of like this, some kind of old cycle is closing for you, and something new is beginning. Let's get some guidance for you and see. Because yeah, something's reached a point of exhaustion, or it's going to in the future, and it's going to prompt some kind of a new beginning for you, I think. So for your guidance, you got the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and Five of Discs. Okay. So for your guidance here, yeah, I think you really need to stay in an independent energy right now, is what I'm getting from this. Um, there may be something you're needing to cut out here. I think you're needing to really be strong and courageous and stand on your own. and not be afraid to kind of leave somebody out in the cold if that's what you need to do. Because with the 5 of discs, coming up as your guidance, um, it's a good thing in this case too. There's some tears being shed, so this could be painful for you in some way, but it is what's best for you. So keep it up with this independent energy and stay focused on whatever it is that the universe is offering to you right now. Stay focused on that. Um, yeah, so that's what I have for you. Yeah, feel free to let me know how this resonated for you, and I'm going to move on to my pile 3. Hey there, so this is my pile 3. Those who chose the High Priestess. So maybe you resonate towards that because you are a very intuitive person. But we're gonna dig into your past, present, and future with the tarot here, get some details for you. So just gonna cut the deck here. I'm just finishing up with the last few little shuffles. And let's see, I think one more. One more. And then I'm cutting the deck here for you. All right. And so we're going to see the 3 cards underneath that come up. So we got the 6 of Cups. So could be, let's see what comes up with it. The 8 of Wands here. And the Queen of Peppermills. So could be, I see kind of like a very childlike, playful energy between these cards where it's like 6 of Cups a lot of times has to do with can be like inner child or like something nostalgic or like from your past. And then here with the 8 of Wands, see how she's kind of like playing with this giant dog here, kind of like playing fetch with him. But interestingly, with it came the Queen of Peppermills here, but she's kind of got her back turned on this. So it could be that there has been like a childish sort of situation that you're kind of turning your back on here and you're kind of choosing to like grow up and like be in a more powerful energy than whatever you've maybe engaged with in your past. But let's dig into it. Let's get into the past. So for your past, you got the Page of Flamingos, Page of Swords, Justice, okay, and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so there may have been some kind of deceit here, some kind of betrayal. Um, yeah, something where you had to maybe make some sort of a cut something out in order to get justice, in order to make things fair, because there was something here that was unfair. And, but I think whatever it is, in your past, you probably already did what you had to do to make it right. And that was probably, um, you know, could be going on your own and like turning your back on a situation, cutting something out, um, or just being really level-headed here about it, very logical. So for your present energy, where you are now, you got the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Oysters, and the 4 of Swords here. So yeah, again, this very like independent energy, and I think you might be feeling emotionally kind of feeling a loss here, feeling some sadness. Could be a separation of some kind for you, something that you're grieving. And you're maybe slowly moving on from this. And still in a place, I think you're still healing from whatever this is in the past. So you did what you needed to do. to make things fair, to get justice. You made some kind of a decision here, but it doesn't necessarily feel good. You might be still grieving something in some sense, and still taking some time on your own. So if this is referring to a relationship, this would be like the stage after a breakup where you're like still needing to like take some time to yourself and really heal and still be on your own, like moving slowly, getting back into things slowly. It doesn't have to be specifically um, like a romantic relationship, but for some people, it definitely could be that. So for your future, you got the Queen of Flamingos, Queen of Wands, ooh, Three of Swords, and the Four of Cups here. So I think you're going to be starting to move into a more powerful and confident energy. So going from this Knight of Discs here, which is more slow moving, you're going to start to like, I think, gain back whatever it is you're feeling you've lost here. The beginning of this healing, I think, is going to start coming in for you more here. Um, but I think there's still going to be a period of maybe being on your own and separation. There's still some heartbreak here coming in. So I think we're going to get into some guidance, but intuitively, I want to say have some patience with yourself here because you have some kind of painful aspects that are in your present and in your future. So I think this is going to take some time for you, whatever this is. And then you also got this Four of Cups where this, I don't even really know what this is. It looks like a dog and a turtle, but it has hooves. I don't remember what that is from Alice in Wonderland. It's maybe from the original book, which it's been a minute since I've read, but um yeah, it's like something's being offered here, and with the Four of Cups, usually person's not really paying any mind to this thing that's being offered. So you still might be in a place where you're needing to like take things slow and like not really, if there's offers coming in, you're maybe feeling like, I don't really want that. I'm not ready for it. You might be still in a space where you're starting to feel more confident, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to rush into something new. I think this might be a time where you can really focus in on yourself. And especially with the High Priestess, she tends to be someone who's like a little bit untouchable. So maybe tapping into that energy. Yeah, okay. So for your guidance, the first card that came up is the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is like a period of time where you need to like just stop for a moment, pause, reflect, heal. Got the Four of Wands. So there may be something here to celebrate, some kind of achievement for you. You might want to focus on what it is that you're doing in your life rather than, um, you know, focusing on this, whatever this pain is. There might be some action that you can take in your life. Yeah, the Chariot. So your guidance here is heavily supporting your independence here with these cards. Yeah. So, unless whatever the painful thing that you're going through is outside of a relationship, but even so, it's good to take time on your own. Even if you're in a happy and loving relationship, you might be in a space where you're needing to really find your independence and really take some time to go within and really heal from whatever this is. Yeah, I think there will be something here for you to celebrate. Maybe I'll read from there's a little book here. See what this like Four of Wands or Peppermills comes up as. The best of home and hearth, the warding off of evils, romance or unexpected happiness, prosperity, peace, and tranquility, the achievement of a dream that leads to wealth and or happiness, country life, a rest after a struggle. So yeah, that's what I was wondering about because it sometimes comes up as a romantic thing. I think if there is a possibility of anything coming in for you here. I think it's going to, it says romance or unexpected happiness. I think it's the kind of thing where you can focus on yourself and something maybe will just come in naturally for you. I don't think you shouldn't, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I don't think you need to seek out anything for yourself. I think it's okay to like take a minute if you're someone who's single, you know, taking some time for yourself for your own healing, I think is really important, or taking a breather and taking some time on your own. But yeah, peace, tranquility, the warding off of evils. So yeah, and the best of home and hearth. So maybe really focusing on your home life, your domestic life, whatever that means for you. And just really finding gratitude for where it is that you're already at and what you have achieved. Sometimes it's good. Wealth, happiness, country life, so taking some time somewhere peaceful, a rest after a struggle. I think that's kind of the big message here. So things have been hard for you, and you might be still feeling the effects of something that it wasn't fair to you, whatever it is that happened here. And I think you've already turned your back on this, but I think you're still feeling some kind of a loss here, and that's okay. You know, give yourself whatever time and space that you need for you and focus on the good things that you do have, um, and the achievements that you do have. And, um, you know, home kind of came up, so maybe taking some time on your own, like where you live, making your space really cozy and comfortable, and allowing yourself to maybe be a homebody for a minute if that calls to you, you know. Just being independent right now, I think is good for you. So that's my message for you, pile three. And yeah, feel free to check if you started with this message but want to check out either of the other ones. Feel free, and I will hopefully be back with some more reads soon. I would love anybody's feedback on which readings of mine you liked or what kind of readings that you want, whether it's the open general messages, the zodiac readings, the love readings, or these pick cards. Now I've done like a few different kinds of readings here, so I would love any feedback that you have on what it is that you're wanting to see from this channel. I want to help give you the messages that you're looking for. So, yeah, leave some comments below and have an amazing day. Thank you.